called a nucleotide. It's going to be a really easy one for you to remember because nucleotide kind of sounds like nucleic acid. And again, they're going to code your genetic traits. They are found in a lot of your food because whenever you eat something that came from something living, it actually could still have DNA in it. For example, when you eat strawberries,
girls, pick up your heads, please.
All the cells that make up that strawberry, and in the nucleus of all of those cells of the strawberry is DNA. So actually, nucleic acids are something that can be found in your food. Remember, plants and animals both have DNA. In fact, any type of life must contain nucleic acids, DNA, to direct the cell's activities. So we just went through the 4 biomolecules. The last thing I want to mention is it's very important to know which elements make up the biomolecules. And so what I like to tell students to do
Roberto, pick up your head, please.
4 biomolecules in this order on a sheet of paper. I want you to write carbs, lipids,
Daisy.
proteins, and nucleic acids. And then I want you to remember this mnemonic device that goes with those 4 biomolecules. Cho, cho, chomp, chomp. Except instead of chomp at the end, it's not chomp with an M, it's chomp with an N. Okay? Now I know that sounds kind of strange, but actually students really seem to pick this up. And what they stand for is the C stands for carbon, the H for hydrogen, the O for oxygen. So carbs, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids all have that CHO in there. It's just that proteins also have an N, which is nitrogen, and nucleic acids also have that N, which is nitrogen, but they also have a P, which is for phosphorus. So again, CHO, CHO, CHOM, CHOMP. Okay? If you can remember that, you can remember the elements that are in those 4 biomolecules. Now,
all right. Everyone has or should have this worksheet. Give me a second while I zoom in. All right, we finally got it. So the bubbles at the top are specific questions that are asking you to identify which biomolecule it's talking about. Bubble 1, I am useful for fast energy. Which biomolecule do sprinters stock up on before they run? Carbs. So on number 1, write the letter C. Fast energy are your carbs. Number 2, has a large role in the immune system. What biomolecule makes or codes for what your body makes? Not nitrogen. It has nitrogen in it. You're right. You're right. It's a nucleic acid. All right. So number 2, you're going to write N for nucleic acid. Number 3, which biomolecule is long-term energy storage? Think the seal. Seal had a lot of blubber, which is a lipid. So number 3 is L for lipid. Put them down, Andrew. Number 4, plays a large role in muscle development. Guys, what kind of bars and shakes and powders do you take to bulk up? So number 4 is P. P for protein. Proteins help to build muscles. 5. A mutation in DNA starts with me. What is the DNA made of? Starts with an N, ends in nucleic. Nucleic acid. So number 5 is N. Number 6 is a protein. Proteins make enzymes, which we're going to learn about shortly, okay? So number 6 is a protein. Look at the very bottom of this page. You've got all members of the biomolecule band present. What elements are in carbs? So you say CHO, right? What elements are in lipids? CHO. What elements are proteins? CHON. And nucleic acids? CHOMP. So that's all well and good. But if I don't remember the order of those biomolecules, I can't remember the order of those elements, right? Last time. So the way that I teach my students to remember this is CLPN, C-L-P-N. That stands for carb, lipid, protein, nucleic acid. And then I match up the elements with it. So I say CLPN, cho, cho, chon, chomp. So we're going to do it together. I'm going to say it and you mirror me, okay? Don't feel stupid like everyone who's ever taken biology, I have forced them to say this. So are you ready? CLPN? Okay, that was weak. We're going to keep doing it till everybody does it. So heads up. Wake up. CLPN. Cho. Cho. Chon. Chomp. Now we're going to do it all at the same time. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. CLPN. Cho, cho, chon, chomp. One more time. CLPN. Cho, cho, chon, chomp. One more time. CLPN. Cho, cho, chon, chomp. You guys think you can remember that?
No.
By the time we're done with this unit, that's going to be burned into your memory. I promise you will never forget it. Let's turn to the back of this page. Put that up, Haley. We've got a grid on the back that we're going to fill in the missing information from. Yes. Carbohydrate makes me think of bread. The monomer of a carbohydrate is a monosaccharide. Mono means how many? Saccharide means sugar. So monosaccharide is just one sugar. The elements are CH and O. You need to stop having conversations across the room and you need to pay attention. Why didn't you tell me? Okay, they're up there on my podium. Go get one. An example. Who recognizes what molecule that is? You should have learned about it in 7th grade and again in 8th grade. C6H12O6. What is that? It might be a big part of photosynthesis. Might be what plants make. It might be a sugar. It might start with the letter G. Glucose. Who said it? Awesome. I'm going to give you some tickets for that, Andrew. C6H12O6 is the molecule glucose. Glucose is a carbohydrate. Lipids. Lipids make me think of fat. The monomer, and this isn't going to make much sense to you right now, and that is okay. When we get to cells and the cell membrane, we'll talk more about this then. But for the time being, you just need to know the monomer of a lipid is a fatty acid, and a glycerol. What elements are there in a lipid? What is it? CHO. And the example is blubber. We're now on proteins. Proteins make me think of steak. You know what makes up a protein? Protein is made of, or steaks are made of protein. But what makes a protein? Well, those are the elements. Remember we talked about pearls versus the whole necklace, right? Amino acids are the pearls. When you put them all together, like in a necklace, you get you get a protein. And proteins sometimes are also enzymes. The last one, nucleic acid. That crazy drawing I did is the structure of DNA. That's what they make me think of. The monomer of a nucleic acid is a nucleotide. The elements, Daniel, what elements are in a nucleic acid? It's on the board on number 19. Then move up to the front. Who can help Daniel? Chomp, which is C-H-O-N-N. Daniel, if you can't see, you do need to move that chair. You can come sit right here at my table. P. Very good. And the example of a nucleic acid is DNA, right? All right, here's what I want you to do with that paper. Put it in your binder behind your biology divider.
What time do we leave from here?
That's a good question. Let me check. Because we're on a pep rally schedule, aren't we? It is 6th period. We will leave at 1:34. We've got 15 minutes. All right. Jose so very graciously came around and gave us all this blue piece of paper. This is Miss Stolle. Yes, sir. Oh, hey. No, it's optional. They're not going to be penalized if they don't go. Bye. Okay, so we have a foldable. It's already got the little flaps cut for you, okay? I want you to fold the 4 little flaps over to make a window pane foldable. You're going to fold your 4 little flaps over to do this. Here, I'll use yours as an example. Fold all 4 over. Like this. Yes, that's right, Michelle. Say that again, Raylan. Yeah, toward the middle. Huh? Yes, we are. Here, take mine. Give me yours. Everybody got it? You doing all right, John? Okay. Kirsten, get your head up, baby. Punch him. Here's what we need to do. We are in no way going to be able to finish this today, but we need to at least start it. No. You know me. Does everyone have it folded? Yes, ma'am? All right. On this first flap, I want you to write carbohydrate. On the outside of the first flap, write carbohydrate. We're going to draw the structure of a carb on the front.
Now, you may also need to know the way they're arranged, because they are arranged differently in the 4 biomolecules, and
We will fix that. We're going to draw the structure of a carb on the front. Now remember, we could have a 5-carbon sugar. We could also have a 6-carbon sugar, right? As long as the overall shape, I could draw a circle around it, right? That's what we're looking for. Here, this just represents the circle nature of a carbohydrate. No cooing across the room, Berrigan. Raise your hand if you're still writing this. So everybody's pretty much done? That says circle, because when we talk about carbs, we say that if we pick one point, we can draw a circle all the way around the structure and get back to that point. All right, let's open it up. Behind carb. The common name for a carb is a sugar or a starch. The monomer is a monosaccharide. How many does mono mean?
Many.
Mono?
No, that's one.
It's one. So mono is one. So if I were going to draw that, it could be that hexagon, right? Polymer is the polysaccharide. So what do you think the prefix poly means? If monomer means one, what do you think poly means? Multiple, more than one, right? Usually more than two or three. So if I were going to draw a polysaccharide, now this is not the best artwork in the world, so bear with me. But I've got several of those hexagons together. It is more complex. The elements are CH and O. It functions for quick energy, and cell walls, but only in plants. And now for examples, I'm going to draw a T-chart. Over here are going to be simple. So those would be my monomers, right? And over here we're going to be complex. What are those going to be? If simple's monomers, what are complex? Starts with a P. Saccharides. Okay. So my simple carbohydrates would be like candy, fruit, and just sugar. My complex carbohydrates are going to be my vegetables and my bread. We get out of here at 34. We got 10 minutes. All right, here's what we're going to do. I have small pieces of paper like that Isai's going to come around and give everybody one of. Haley's going to come around and give every table 2 pairs of scissors and 2 glue sticks. We do not have enough time to finish writing all the information for each of these biomolecules. So what you're going to do, you are going to cut out your square. Please be sure you use the trash can at your table. The trash can is different from the supply box. Guys, it literally has trash written on the outside. Don't put paper in the one that says supplies. We then cut this into 4 parts. Haley, toss me a glue stick, babe. Woo! Now, everyone freeze. Stop where you are and listen. We've already written on the carbohydrate side. So I can't just simply glue this down because I'm going to cover up some of the stuff I've written. Watch me carefully, Andrew. I'm going to fold a little bitty flap on my carbohydrate paper. Does everyone see that? I'm only going to put glue on that little bitty flap. I'm going to stick that little bitty flap down to where my picture will flip up. Everybody see how I did it? Okay. Glue that behind carb. This is lipid. This is protein. And this is nucleic acid. Finish gluing the little pictures down behind the flaps. I don't have any more, so you're going to have to spread them out around the tables. Get people to share. My lipid's going to go here. My nucleic acid is going to go down here. My protein is going to go down here. Now, when you get that far, you are going to take your journal, right? Let me zoom out so you can see better. You're going to open your journal to your next blank page, which should be right after our ecology acrostic poem. I'm going to glue this foldable down on that next page. Does everyone understand what we're doing? Daniel, I found your journal the other day. Did you get it? I put it back in our box. Awesome. So gluing this in our foldable. When you get that done, put your journal up, and that's all we're doing for the rest of the day, which we only have a matter of minutes left, okay? We will finish this foldable tomorrow. Oh, have mercy. I don't need that. That goes in your binder behind your biology divider. Yes, John? Yes, come here. You can actually look at mine. Daisy, will you hand this to John so he can look at mine? I'm going to... All right, class, I need your help.